Hey, Stamford Bridge, how you doing? Just waiting for more people to join. What's your thoughts on the new manager? I put this one in fairly late today because Baggy TV's asked to come on to have a talk about the new manager. Yes, truthful boss. How you doing, mate? You right? Yeah, it's especially a manager at Chelsea. There's no messing about. If you're not performing, then Roman Abramovich is going to be giving you that chop, giving you the chop. So yeah, he's not messing about at the moment. Yeah, it came as a surprise to me actually, because had we got beaten by Luton, I could have said maybe his days are numbered. But yeah, this came as a massive surprise. Obviously, they had Tuchel lined up because if you remember what I was saying on the phone in the other day, I did say that I thought Tuchel would have been announced ages ago if he was lined up. But apparently, they were saying that Tuchel wanted the job and he was having itchy feet. He said, "Look, I need to come in now if I want." So he was ready to come in straight away. So that's why they sacked. That's why the timing was like it was. That's why they sacked him. 400k channel made a video on Lampard's sack and Green Turf Baggy and DJ. However you say his name. This 400k made a video on Lampard's sack. Right, what channel was that? It's probably oh, okay. Hey DJ Sav, how are you mate? You good? I'm just gonna put the invite in here. Oh T oh yeah, okay. Yeah, let me just put it in the chat. So that's the link you can find. Click on that link, it should allow you to join. So West Ham, we can't go ahead of West Ham today, unfortunately. I wanted Crystal Palace to do us a favour, but they didn't. So West Ham won again, annoying. And who else won? So Newcastle lost to once again. Board were a bit disrespectful to the players as they had no goodbye refrain. Yeah, I think it could have been managed better. Well, let's treat him with a bit of respect. And the other the other thing which I think that the board did wrong yesterday was that they allowed it to be leaked in the media before. Hey, ZDB Gaming, Zany boy, how you doing? Yeah, so I think what they should have done is they should have spoken to Lampard before it was leaked in the press. So the players knew about it already because I think it was Matt Law was the first guy to break it. Hey, Keegan, how you doing, mate?
Good, you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. What are your thoughts? What are your reactions sort of on Lampard's dismissal and Tuchel's appointment?
Well, I think about like Tuchel is that I reckon he has a backup plan because like Lampard, I don't think he had a backup plan for Chelsea, but with Tuchel, I think he has a backup plan and he's gonna rotate the like positions and stuff and yeah, I reckon he's gonna do good at Chelsea.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. When I first saw that he was coming to Chelsea, I had my reservations, but then, the more I'm reading about the guy and the way that he coaches, the more I'm confident that he may um, be the right fit for us.
Because
And
he did make it to the Champions League final, so
yeah, he did. He did at the end of the day. Yeah. So yeah, but the only thing, my reservation, which with him, and it still stands, is the fact that he falls out a lot with the hierarchy, the board, and you know if that's Chelsea's board are not the best board to work with. So if he has a fallout similar to what happened with Antonio Conte, then it can get a bit messy. So I'm just hoping that both parties um, behave and yeah, we don't have any fallouts because we can't be dealing with any fallouts at all. Lampard might actually seen the leak. Yeah, I think he did. Truthful boss. Yeah, he did see the leak before he was called. Yeah, because Matt Law, I couldn't believe it. I turned on. I was on a phone call, a work phone call. Turned on Twitter, and and then I couldn't believe it. And they said it's exclusive, and I thought no. So I was saying, hurry up, call finished, because I needed to do a video on it. So my call finished by 10 o'clock, and I was straight on making a video on it. Baggy, 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 baggy. Hey
Yo,
there,
sorry for
mate.
being late. Yo, guys.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
hi,
I was
Baggy.
just checking. All right, Killen, how's it going, mate?
Hi.
I was just checking out the comment that said something about us being on HITC,
Yeah,
and I went to check out that video, man, and they're not being kind on green turf. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
I
No,
yeah,
I
Bring
haven't
it on
they
seen
showed
here.
the live stream with Green Turf.
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah, with the shirt backwards, yeah, with the Lampard written across
Yeah,
the back on the
yeah,
front.
Right.
that was a bit mean.
It
Oh,
was a bit mean. That was a bit mean.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't watch all of it, but I think I saw my name on that screen as well.
yeah, you're on the screen.
I was that? Yeah.
okay. Who else
Yeah,
was
I
on
was.
there then?
They
DJ was in
had
there.
DJ Seb.
yeah, they had
Yeah,
Roy Jennings. They had
Oh, he's an idiot.
Craigo.
I'm sorry, Roy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he is. He is. He is. He
we
is.
can
I mean,
talk about that later. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I did
Yeah,
join.
we will. We will, man.
Who's
Yeah.
was it Green Turf's? Was it Green Turf's live? Was it or?
yeah, he was live.
Yeah. It was his live. Yeah, his live show.
So what are they saying about him then?
Not
No,
much.
he said, look at this guy, wearing his shirt backwards,
Uh-huh.
something along those lines.
Yeah,
But I mean, it was mean because there was no substance to it. They weren't talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
what
yeah.
what he had said, just the way
Uh-huh.
that he was. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
He can look after himself. Don't worry, he'll probably make a video.
no, he
Every
can,
time he makes a
yeah,
video.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's a saying that says, if you live in a glass house, don't be chucking stones. And
Yeah.
HITC, they definitely live in a glass house. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have
They
to
chuck a
pay
lot of
more.
stones as well.
I'll have to pay
Yeah.
more attention to their videos then.
yeah.
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 So guys, it's official. It's official. So what's your initial thoughts? And Stamford Bridge, you've come on as well. You haven't said anything yet, have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let Stamford Bridge say it first, and then Baggy, you can go
Go
afterwards.
ahead, mate.
So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Stamford Bridge. What's your thoughts on Tuchel?
Yeah, I think it's good because when we saw him at PSG and Dortmund, you see he's tactically tidy and he usually used a 4-3-3 or he used wing backs in some formations. He would constantly change it considering the opponents that he would face, and that's what made him so effective to win a title, even though it was the Farmers League, the Champions League final. Those are beneficial for a manager, and I don't know. If he was just a bit more tactically aware than Frank, he'll be perfect for tactics. But the only con is obviously he likes falling out with members of the boards.
Yeah, that's what I've got against him as well. That's the problem I have with him. But Baggy, what's your take?
I'm actually quite optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see some big changes. I think we're going to see. I'm going to use a quote that Green Turf always uses: "Thinking outside the box." And I think Tuchel is going to do that. I think Tuchel is going to make changes that are so subtle, but are so different. And we're going to see change. I'm not sure if it's going to be a positive one. I'm hoping it's going to be a positive one. But
Do you think? Do you
yeah,
think he's gonna like play the younger players like Frank Lampard did, or do you reckon he's gonna play like more older players?
I don't really know, to be honest. He could be in a bit of a rotation between young players and the normal players.
He's got a reputation as well for bringing through younger players, because if you look at Dembele still says he's the best coach that he's ever worked under. Remember, Pulisic was only a teenager when he introduced him to the Dortmund side. So he's not like some of the other Italian managers that we've had in the past who don't trust the younger players. He has trust in younger players. And I read somewhere that one of his remits from the board was to still find a pathway for the younger players into the side. So I think the board are expecting him still to play the youngsters if they're good enough.
yeah. I think the foundation is set for bringing through the younger talent. But I'm not sure if he's aware of the young talent that we have, and maybe he needs a bit of time to see what we have and how to best utilize it. But I do believe that he will be doing that.
Yeah. So it was interesting to see that. Obviously, the training session was moved to 6 o'clock today because he came into London before he's even had a press conference. His first job was to go and take the training session. So, did you see the pictures on Chelsea on the website? I'm not sure if you guys have seen it on the website.
I did.
Yeah,
No, I saw him, and to be honest, he looks good in the Chelsea colours, man.
Yeah. So he's coming straight away. He's assessed the squad. Not obviously it's too early to assess, but he's had an initial look at the squad, and he's going to be in the dugout for the match tomorrow. So what'll be interesting is to see what his first lineup is, because a lot of people are saying how he's a fan of Jorginho because he wanted him when he was at PSG. It'll be interesting to see whether Rudiger's back in the fold with the German connection, etc. And we can talk about Rudiger later because there's some conflicting stories going on.
Yeah.
He has a link with a lot of the players as well, so that's why he'll be good for Chelsea.
Yeah, he knows Werner, because someone made a good point today, because obviously he hasn't worked with Werner, but he's Ragnick, who he was under for when he first started his management. He knows him well. So Ragnick was Werner's first manager when he was at RB Leipzig. So he can actually get on the phone to him to find out how to get the best out of Werner. He's somebody who obviously follows German football as well, so he'll know how to get the best out of Havertz as well. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure that one of his targets was to get Havertz and Werner back in form, and that would be amazing if that would happen.
Yeah, because with Werner, it's a confidence thing. So I think with the right tactics, the right manager, then you'll probably see him a different player.
Yeah,
and a bit
at
of
RB
pressure.
Leipzig, Nagelsmann used Werner to try and break down the defense before there was gaps, so Werner could exploit that.
No,
That's what made him so lethal.
And a bit of pressure for Werner as well. That's what I think. He's not been informed too good.
Do you guys think that Werner needs a boost in confidence? And if he does, is Tuchel the right man to do it? Would he be able to to tap in to that German connection?
Possibly,
him being a German fella and all.
Yeah, because one thing I wasn't sure about, because I've obviously, now that Tuchel's come in, I've been doing a lot of research on the guy, and one of the things I wanted to know is what he's like from the psychological point, because obviously everyone knows that he's a fantastic coach. I just wanted to see how he deals with players and things, and from the things I've been reading is that he's quite good working with players, improving players, because most places he's gone and improved the players, and he can get into their psyche as well. because the glowing report I heard from somebody from Sky Sports Germany was that he thinks and acts in the same way as Pep Guardiola. So
Good.
that's high praise indeed.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes it's just like small tactical tweaks to get the best out of an individual. And you can see with Werner, it's a confidence thing. Even when he took the penalty early on this season, he was banging those in top corner, but he's overthinking a lot of things at the moment. So maybe fresh ideas, new manager, he could tap into his, just get him going again. I think that's maybe what he needs.
I just wanna say one thing. I mean, Tuchel is trilingual. He speaks English, French, and German. So that's going to be very useful for us.
Yeah.
But that is one aspect. I mean, being able to speak languages doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be successful with the French, the German, and the English lads. But it means that he's able to communicate at a different level. Another thing is that we need to stop doing, and I think some of us have started doing it already, is to overhype the new lad. Today it's the manager. I mean, every time we get somebody new coming in, either a player or a manager, we always build it up too much. And I think we need to just be a little bit more realistic and not build up our hopes too high just in case he doesn't succeed.
Exactly. Because he's gonna inherit the same problems that Frank had in the past, and that's trying to find the best formation in midfield. That's trying to these guys. Our squad is, and it's well documented that our squad is very top heavy. We've got too many players in the squad. We haven't managed to trim the squad at the moment, so we've got a very unbalanced squad. 3 left backs, and now obviously we've got rid of Tamori now, so we're down to the 4 centre backs. But at the time we had 5 centre backs. Even finding the right midfield formation. So he's going to have a lot of those issues that Frank had to deal with as well. So,
do you think we'll still get Erling Haaland under Tuchel?
I don't know. Possibly not, because
Southampton have gone 1-0 up. Armstrong. Oh,
Haaland might not want to come to the train wreck of Chelsea FC right now. I don't really think he would come.
It depends if we get top 4.
Yeah, possibly if we get top 4.
But you never know if we show ambition in the market, he may, because he's still young enough, so he may say, you know what, if we start to make better strides in the league, he may sit it out for a season, because you've had other good players who've come and joined a particular project without Champions League.
I want to ask you guys a question. Do you reckon that if Tuchel was to be successful in motivating and bringing the best out of Havertz and Werner in the next couple of games, everyone will be saying that this is why Lampard wasn't a good manager, because he was able to do that? Do you guys think that there'll be a backlash?
There are going to be some people who say that, but the sensible ones among us would know that, that's not. It's not as easy as that. Someone comes in and gets the best out of it. All of a sudden, the other guy's a bad manager. Sometimes it's just that change which is needed, which gives them that boost for a while. So yeah, I don't buy that.
People will do it, but like Lampard didn't have much experience with like most of the Chelsea players, and Tuchel has. So they people probably will do it.
Yeah.
Plus,
go on.
Tuchel's able to switch up the things just to benefit the team instead of just experimenting, not knowing what lineup to choose and just acting all confused, which led for Lampard to get the sack. So
yeah. I think with Frank is unfortunate because he's a young manager and he had a lot of young players. So young manager with young players, it was hard for him, especially when they started to go on that bad run of form. Okay, we've got Thiago Silva, but apart from him, there's not a lot of other experience within the side. And so I think that if we had Tuchel being a more experienced manager, 47, but he started managing at the age of in his 20s, didn't he? Because he he was as an assistant under Ragnick, as I said. So he's had at least when you're talking about assistant manager and manager, he's had over 10 years of experience. So I think that experience is going to prove to be vital when it comes to turning our fortunes around. Yeah. DJ Sav,
what about managing in a different country, a different league? How's that going to affect it?
Well,
and before you guys answer that, DJ Sav, you appeared on a HITC video. You might want to go check it out after this one.
Was it good or bad?
No,
it depends. It depends. No.
Depends on how you view it.
I mean, it was me. It was. I think it was like second minute or something. Yeah, it was literally me, DJ, and Green Turf.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? It was also. I think it was the first time Green Turf did a live broadcast on the Green Turf channel. I think it was the first time.
He does it on his other channel, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
No, I think he has done a live stream before, but
has he?
yeah, I think it's quite a while ago.
He has done a live stream before.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was that point? What was that point you just made? Oh, it was about a different league. But,
different league.
What I think would help. What's good is obviously that because obviously he's gone from the Bundesliga and he's managed in as I like what Killian said, the Farmers League. But anyway, it's a French league. So but he's had experience of managing. Like Mans, he took them out, didn't they? Or they're a lower team. Then he managed the second best team in Germany. Oh no! Arsenal have equalised. No, Pepe. Oh dear. Yeah. So he's got Dortmund. He's managed Dortmund, and then so it's PSG. But what he's done, he's gone and managed some big players with some big egos. So you've got Mbappe, you've got Neymar, Cavani, people like that. So he's got that experience of two different types of leagues already. Premier League is different, but he's always wanted to manage in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And he's got a similar style, that Gender pressing, what they call it in Germany, as Jurgen Klopp, because they've both had Ragnick as their sort of mentor with a Genga pressing.
I think it was Stamford Bridge that called it a Farmers League.
Oh, Stamford Bridge was it? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Don't put words in his mouth, man.
sorry, Killian. Yeah, but I actually think that we have to give. I agree with you, Baggy. We need to give him time because they're talking about challenging for the. Did you see that? They're saying challenging for the league still. That's not going to happen.
No.
Unless you go on like a godly run.
I think top four is more beneficial. I mean, first of all, good evening, everyone. I didn't get a chance to say good evening.
Yeah, hi, DJ.
Good evening, DJ.
Just a quick thing. The reason why I'm a bit more optimistic today, I was just actually before I actually came onto your Twitter, Max. I was actually looking at onto your web thing. I was on reading some things on regarding Tuchel. Now, apparently today, before he met the players, he did his little thing. He apparently said that he's going to be playing. He's happy to be having Kante, Jorginho, and Hudson-Odoi. He's very happy with Hudson-Odoi. He said already that he's going to be happy to be working with him. And he also apparently came out and said that he didn't have to even talk much to Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. He goes, he has no worries about those two players. Even before training, he didn't even say anything to them. He was just like, he's actually quite optimistic about us actually going forward. So he's already gone in there with some kind of aura to these players. And I think the players have already have seen him. He must have done a few things in training today before obviously when he got there. And I think the players have already seen something already there. So I'm not really worried about it. I think we could. I'm not going to, him say we're going to go and win this, we're going to go win that. But in terms of being optimistic, I think we can. I think top four, I've always said top four for us is still realistic. I know we're not going to win the Premiership, so that's definitely out. even though it's mathematically not, but it can still be there. And
Man City are 1-0 up at the moment, so.
And I think also I think he may even try and hopefully we can get a good run in the Champions League as well with him. I'm not saying we can beat Atletico Madrid, but I think we could possibly do something there. But it looks optimistic though.
Yeah, and tomorrow I think is going to be pretty key if we can beat Wolves, because if you look at the other fixtures tomorrow, you got Tottenham are playing against who they got. Liverpool. Yeah, you got Tottenham against Liverpool tomorrow, and you've got there's two other teams above us playing each other. Who are they now? I can't remember who they are. Who are the other two teams? It's gone. Everton. I can't remember they're playing. I think they're playing another team who are just above us at the moment. So if we can get that win, what we're doing, we can close the gap.
Spurs, I think it was.
No, it's Tottenham against Liverpool and Everton against somebody who's above us as well. So, Leicester, yeah, see, I always rely on Elijah to tell me all these things. Yeah, so Everton versus Leicester. So what you've got there is 4 teams above us, and something's got to give in those games. So we beat Wolves, and all of a sudden, we're not that far behind. Obviously we may overtake a couple of people, or and we're back in the mix for top 4. And the next few games that we've got are quite kind, apart from the Tottenham game. But even if we go to Tottenham and beat Tottenham, that will send down the mark and give us confidence, because I think we've got Newcastle who are not doing so well. Burnley, okay, they had a good performance the other day against Liverpool, but I still think there's a team that we can beat, and we've got some nice fixtures coming up for Tuchel to start off his tenure at Chelsea.
I think he already has a plan for Chelsea, like to back us up if we're like losing or something.
Keelan, I like that point regarding the plan. You see, the thing is this: Tuchel has been mentioned and has been linked to Chelsea for quite some time.
Yeah.
He's been linked with Chelsea seriously for the best part of the last 10 days. So I think as a professional, he would have done his homework, and he would have known that he's coming to Chelsea, a few days ago. It's not something that happened today. It's something that's been happening, that's been building up for the past little while. So I think he's done his homework. I think he knows the players. I think he's watched some games, some videos, and I think he's not coming into this job blind. He knows what he has.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not going to be too optimistic about the situation, but what I'm going to say is we should be positive. And a man of his experience, a man of his achievement, because getting to the Champions League final with Paris Saint-Germain it's not easy. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain are a good team, but it's not an easy achievement to get to that stage, and he's done that. And I'm quite optimistic. Quite optimistic. I don't want to build up the hype too much.
Yeah.
But let's be optimistic, lads.
Yeah. I just want to take this Freddie question. Look at it. No, we're playing Atletico in February, which is in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. And as anyone knows, football is all is about confidence. Yeah, at the moment we're going through a bad spell. Confidence is low. If we start winning games again, then we've got a chance. Atletico this season have been really good. There's no denying that. But
I think.
Yeah, they're top of their league at the minute. But if we're looking at the Chelsea are playing now against Atletico, no chance. But if, as I said, if Tuchel can get us performing to the level that we know that we can perform, then we can get a victory there. So let's not look at the here and now. Let's look at what may happen in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
I believe that. I believe Frank Lampard was going up a steep hill when it came to these matches. The Atletico Madrid match coming up. I would not have been confident with it at all. But with Tuchel and with what we are expecting and hoping, I do believe we will have a better chance if Tuchel performs to the standard that we think he can perform to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey Tyrone, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you on there.
Good.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on the appointment today then?
Well, as I said on Sunday, I didn't really want him, but it's happened now. Can't do anything about it. But the entire time today, I kept refreshing to see when they would confirm it because and it was getting a bit confusing as well because you had some journalists saying that he was already in London, some were saying he wasn't. So
But you
that's
know what
that.
that is.
But
Everyone wants to be first with the news, don't they? So
yeah, the funny thing is, I before what's his name? I think Simon Johnson.
Yeah.
Before he said it, I said it right before he said it.
Yeah.
But I mean I don't think he's gonna come with the same tactics he used at PSG because obviously different personnel and everything. But if and I'm not too optimistic. If you can get a win tomorrow, that'd be very nice for his first game. But I hope that they can at least get a bit of the concept or the plan that he wants to go with for tomorrow. But I wouldn't say that they would fully integrate and they'd fully grasp what he wants them to do. But hopefully, but I know a part of me was wondering if the players that Frank Lampard used would if some of them would be left out in the team. But the statement that he made with Callum Hudson-Odoi and the other players, I feel a bit more confident that they will not be. I still have a bit of concern with Billy Gilmore because he's going to have to work harder.
Loan, isn't there? They may,
yeah,
they may send him out on loan. Yeah, but from what, as I said, I've been reading a lot on Tuchel just to get to know the guy a bit more. So what I see, what he likes to have quick attacking players. So that's why I think he likes Hudson-Odoi because Hudson-Odoi is quick and direct, similar to what Dembele was when he had him at Dortmund. So I think that he'll definitely get opportunities. The other thing I read, obviously everyone's speculating at the moment, but someone said that he was going to be playing free at the back. Did anyone else see that article where they said he's going to play free at the back? Yeah. So 3-5-2 maybe he may go with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do with Kepa?
Kepa's gone.
That made no sense, man.
Listen,
that makes no sense.
Jesus Christ couldn't even get the best out of Kepa, so I can't. He'll take a miracle. He'll take a massive miracle.
Yeah, something will need to happen for him to turn from a hologram into actual footballer.
He can leave. He can leave.
Yeah,
probably go back to Spain.
Because he's already stuck the knife in, hasn't he? Apparently, he was one of the ones came out and said he didn't understand.
So that's gonna kind of that's gonna backfire on him too, because I don't know, that made no sense. No matter, every manager that has experience would never play Kepa.
Yeah, if he wants to keep his job, he wants to keep his job. So that'll be put. If he starts playing Kepa, then that's just And
I want to go back on the three at the back, or the five at the back system. I think Chelsea are equipped for that system with the players that we have, the numbers that we have. I think we're playing a five-man defense or three, and two wing backs. I think it would be a good approach, especially for a manager that knows how to use that system. And especially for a team that has had that system in its DNA for a couple of seasons back, with Conte, it might actually work, and it might be a good change, because I think Chelsea do need a change of strategy in regards to the way that we play and the way we approach games. And this might be it. You know what? Why not? I mean, if we can get the best out of him, and have him, rotate with Chilwell and Emerson. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to. But I like his flexible approach as well, because he sometimes plays 4-3-3, 4-2-2-2, 3-5-2. So he's adapting in all those formations. He can get the best out of his players.
He's able to get a mix of defense and attack. When you look at his midfield and defense and his attack at PSG.
Yeah. But one of the things that I liked as well when I was reading about him is that he doesn't like big gaps in transition. So where Frank Lampard had so many big gaps when we were in transition, so we left ourselves wide open, and we've conceded a few games like that this season. Few goals, sorry. So what he likes likes everyone to be more compact. And he's got the similar way of like winning the ball, like as Pep. He says within 8 or 9 seconds or 10 seconds, you've got to retrieve the ball early on, or you then retreat back into position. Yeah. So because as I said, we need to between the lines, we need to be tighter between the lines, because a lot of times our midfield was non-existent. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets everyone sort of playing in a more uniform way than sort of off the cuff. Yeah. And you hear about Frank Lampard as well. They said that as I said, the stories are coming out that where he said to his attackers, just go out and do your thing. And he didn't give them clear instructions on how to
That's a bit reckless.
Not only that, but understand this. We have a lot of youngsters that have come through the academy.
Yeah.
Now, once they come into play for the first team, they need to be shown a strategy. They need to be shown a system. They need to be taught a strategy and a system that they can develop, that they can work on, and they can implement on the pitch. Now, this thing that you just said about Lampard, I've read this, and that approach is not. This is not a manager's way of doing things. This is just me. Telling the lads, let's go out there, let's win the game. What is that? How are we going to win the game? What are we going to do?
I know.
And this is why. Sorry, Max. And this is why Lampard spent a lot of time on the sideline with his arms crossed and just, being angry, because he didn't know what to tell the guys. He didn't know, how to change, the way the game was panning out. And this is where Tuchel is going to be different. He's going to be able to do that, and because of him, I think we're going to see a lot of the youngsters, the likes of Tammy, Reece James, even Mount. I believe Mount will benefit a lot from having Tuchel if he's given game time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because apparently under Jose gave in the final third. He told them that to use a bit of improvisation. But the difference between, as you rightly said, Baggy, the difference is Jose has some more experienced players who didn't really need that much coaching, so they can use improvisation. But when you're working with younger players, they need to be told what to do. With as I said, as they get more experience, then things may come more naturally. But they do need to be coached in the right way. So I think that's something that maybe he took out of the school of Jose Mourinho's school, but he just didn't work.
Did you guys see the article? Not article. The video with one of his interviews with I think it was Rio.
No. What did it say in it?
I can't remember.
He was. I think Rio asked him about the young players and the players from the academy, and he said and he was saying that he won't tell them. I'm not saying it word for word, but he said something about he won't tell like, for example, I'm trying to remember the player he used, but there was this player and he says that he won't tell them what they're supposed to do in terms of if they're in the corner or anything. He won't tell them what to do, and with Neymar as well. He won't tell Neymar what to do because he will always find a way. And he says he has to come with improvisation, all those type of things. So in a way, I feel like they won't be affected really.
Yeah, DJ, were you going to say something?
No. I was just listening to what Tyrone was saying. I was just trying to figure that video, but that's an interesting thing he's just come out of because I did not know about that video. But if that's what he's come out, if that's what he's actually said, then I don't know what to say on that. To be honest with you,
I was watching a video a bit ago about him saying about how much he loves Tottenham.
Sky Retro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's an
You guys watch too many videos, you know.
So
go ahead.
I'm saying so now with Lampard set and Tuchel going and Pochettino going the other way, would you have preferred us to gone in for Pochettino when he was available, or are you guys all happy with Tuchel?
To be honest, I like Pochettino and he'd be a good option, but I think I'd prefer Tuchel overall.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I mean, I don't know if this is a little bit funny, but I don't want to have a Tottenham manager managing Chelsea. I mean, I know they don't mind having our managers managing them, but
I know that.
personally,
yeah.
I mean, Pochettino is a great manager. You know, he's a great manager. He's got a great system, a great way of motivating the lads. He's done everything apart from win something with Tottenham, and you know, for me having him at Chelsea, it just wouldn't have felt right. I mean, the guy's good. The guy's good. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't like seeing that. I mean, especially Tottenham.
I mean, speaking of Harry Redknapp, did you guys actually hear Harry Redknapp today? I think he was talking on.
He was sticking up for his nephew, weren't he? He was.
Yeah, he was.
You know what? And I'll take anything he says with a pinch of salt because he's bitter. We sacked his. So he's any manager that comes in, he's going to be having reservations about it, and that leads me on quite nicely to the next question actually, because I know that I referred to that idiot Rory a bit earlier. He's an embarrassment to the football club. Well, he's
proper embarrassment.
Oh, mate! Why do they get him to represent us? Because they think that that's our fan base, and he just makes us look like a laughing stock, really. Yeah, but I can't remember the point I'm going to make now. So it's something to do with.
Let me jump in, Max. Let me jump in. Rory made some crazy comments. It's like,
yes, man.
Who is Abramovich to sack Frank Lampard?
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that.
You guys tell me who Abramovich is.
He's the only guy who's won the most trophies since Abramovich came in. Chelsea have won the most trophies out of any other club.
How dare he? You know, I mean, Chelsea. What has Abramovich done for Chelsea? How dare he do that?
And you know, the funniest thing of all was in all this. The funniest thing of all was is like that same video we're talking about, Baggy. He actually came out and said, "Is Roman Abramovich actually the man to take this club forward now?"
That's definitely.
He's the one that took the club forward already.
That's I think he was saying. What's I know. Like that for? Honestly,
crazy.
No, I mean, salty, man.
No, I mean seriously, I love Frank Lampard, and you know, I wish things went differently. But you know, the man got the sack because the man just wasn't doing it. And for you to turn around and have a go at the man who made Lampard who he is, you know, who built the club to
I know.
Give Lampard the opportunity to become, you know, such a great talent. I mean, Lampard was a great talent, but Lampard had a great bunch of lads around him. Lampard played under some of the best managers in the world. Lampard played within the best facilities in the world, and that is all thanks to, I don't know, what's his name? You guys told me, what's his name? I forgot his name. Abramovich, Abramovich.
Exactly.
The guy. And the thing is, Rory normally makes some good content. I mean, you know, he makes some good content normally.
He used to,
I like his match blogs and whatnot, but I mean, recently, I just don't know. I mean,
I think it was since after the Sari appointment, and then that I think then he started.
Yeah, that one too.
I think after Sari, what he just went. I think. Okay, there were some mad Sari followers out there who were just like, I think that split the fan base originally, and then the match going supporters started to devalue the foreign support that we had, and he just thought he had a sense of entitlement because he went to matches, and it was just like, yeah, their opinion doesn't matter, because they don't go to the matches anyway. So I'm of the opinion of every supporter matters home and abroad because they support the club through through buying the merchandise, through watching it, and we're all passionate about the team no matter what part of the world you're in. We're all passionate about Chelsea, so no one's got entitlement. I've been supporting Chelsea for years, probably the longest here, whatever, but I'm not going to say that I'm more entitled or I know more about Chelsea than anyone else, and because I supported them when they were rubbish or whatever. No, I don't. No, I respect everyone's opinion. And no, most people's opinion, not everyone's, because some people's opinions are just ridiculous. and I remember the point I was going to make now, because going back to the Sarri days, because I know that a lot of people who didn't want Sarri to leave, they just didn't give Frank a chance from day one. So no matter what he did, even when he was winning games, it wasn't Frank, it was his coaching staff and everything else. And then what you're going to find now is the ones who was very attached to Frank Lampard are not going to give Tuchel a chance. So any mistake Tuchel makes now, they're going to be on his back, and they're going to say, "Look, that's why we should start with Frank or whatever." So for me, that's why I think I made a video yesterday where I said that's why I don't get too emotionally attached to any individual, because once you become attached to an individual, then it clouds your judgment, it clouds your thinking. Because like even the Harry Redknapp one, his judgment was clouded because his nephew's gone. So what he said, he wasn't very, he wasn't very objectional when he was making the comments about Thomas Tuchel, and so that's what we got to be careful of as a fan base as well. Just to everyone gets a clean slate.
Yeah, I mean, going on to Robbie Jennings again. He spoke about Timo Werner being the reason why Frank Lampard got sacked. Okay, and things of that nature. I mean, let's look at it this way. Timo Werner is a Chelsea player. He still represents Chelsea.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard today is a former Chelsea player, a former Chelsea manager, but he is not part of the Chelsea establishment. We support our club. Timo Werner is our striker. We believe in Timo Werner. We support Timo Werner. We hope that Timo Werner can turn it around for our club. Why is Rory having a go at Timo Werner? I mean, if he's having a go at him because he had a bad game, he missed a chance, criticize that, no problem. But for you to say that he's the reason why Frank Lampard got the sack, I mean, come on, man. You need to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know, a little bit more precise in your point of view, because we don't need our players to be hearing that kind of stuff, because I mean,
there's lots of aspects which led to his sack.
Of course, and you all saw Timo Werner's first interview when he came to Chelsea, how much love and how much respect he had for Frank Lampard. And for him to be hearing from the fan base, "Oh, you're the reason why Frank Lampard got the sack," that ain't gonna be going down too well with the man. And I don't think we should be doing that. Not to our team, not to our players.
No.
He did the same. He did the same with Kai Havertz as well in that same video. He said the same thing. He came out and said that we've gone and spent like whatever 70 odd million on him, and what's he bringing? What has he done for us? And I'm thinking, as a Rory, if you know Chelsea as well as you do, the guy had COVID. I mean,
exactly.
As I keep saying, no one knows what that actually can do to you. I mean, imagine what it's like to be with us if we're not even football players or sports people. Can you imagine for them being a sports person?
Yeah.
What it could be, and I'm thinking to myself, did he not even stop and think about his comments when he said that yesterday? I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can add to that, DJ, there's two people. At least there's two people that I know in the panel right now who had COVID.
Exactly.
Me and Max.
Exactly.
Max.
I know.
Okay. So it's hard. It is a hard thing to go through, and I pray that none of you guys have to go through it because I was lucky. I had it quite light, but even though I had it quite light, it affected me, and mentally, knowing this disease that could cost you your life, everything that's going on in the media and whatnot, that in itself is enough to put you down. And then we have the symptoms and whatnot, so it's not easy. And for a man like Havertz, who's young, in a foreign country, and he's trying to balance all of this that's going on with him. It's not easy. It's not easy.
You can't
and a
just
loss of
blame it on
appetite as well, so you lose your strength, everything. And as Baggy said, as a top class sportsman, if you've lost that little level of fitness, you have to get it back. And he was starting to perform, wasn't he? You started to see glimpses before the COVID setback of what he can do.
And I also think it didn't help the fact. Sorry, I think it also didn't help the fact that he's bought him for the money that we obviously gone and got him for. But then when you're playing a player who's coming over from another country to come and get used to the Premiership, you're putting him and playing him out of position. I mean, that's the other thing that didn't help either. I know you can play in numerous of positions, but to play him like when he first started out, his first game, you put him wide on the right, off the wing, when his actual position, as we all know, is probably a number 10. So that didn't help either. So how's he supposed to adapt to it? To obviously learning the game first of all in the Premiership, which is obviously fast. It's impact. It's what do you call it? It's physical. And you've got a player coming over, a young talent coming over, young generation talent coming over, and he's playing him out of position. That's the other thing that didn't help his situation either.
Yeah, and as you said, not in numerous positions, because sometimes he was a number 8, and he was here, there, so he didn't have the chance to get used to a particular position.
And you
I think Gillian, you can say something, won't you?
Yeah, and you can't just blame it on 2 players for Lampard's sack, because that's going to impact them and force them away from the club.
Yeah, but Varner, sorry, you're talking about the wrong player, mate. We're talking about Havertz. I think you're talking about Werner.
Yeah, and that's also the issue too with and that's why we barely have players who stay at the club for more than 2 years. Because over time we have fans who start turning on them, and then it's just like with the Maurizio Sarri situation. The fan base was a bit toxic, and it got out of hand. So when you do that, it allows the players you have to not want to stay at the club for more than 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
I want to add something to what Tyrone just said regarding players staying at the club for a little while. Chelsea normally keep their players for a while, more than a couple of years. I mean, unless there's a certain issue where they're not happy, they're struggling to settle in. But normally, performance-wise, Chelsea does give a player a little bit of time to get used to the club. But that being said, I want to mention one thing that I think we had with Lampard that we're not going to have with Tuchel, and that is the relationship, the professional relationship between the manager and the players. I think Lampard took a lot of the situations personally rather than just professionally. And I'm going to talk about just one incident. There's 2, but one is vague and one is definite. The first one is the Alonso situation. The way that Lampard handled that was out of order. Okay, what Alonso did was wrong, but Lampard handled it in a way where he disrespected him in front of the rest of the team. That was not the way to handle it. Be assertive, be strong, but don't disrespect the man, because once you disrespect him, it's going to be very hard for him to be able to perform with his teammates. That is one issue that I think Frank Lampard handled wrong, and I think Tuchel will handle it differently. The second issue, which is a little bit vague, is the problem between Lampard and Tomori. Tomori is a player that was one of Frank Lampard's favourite players, one of his best players. He even said last season that he became his first choice centre back at some point in that season. And for him to all of a sudden to switch on the man for no reason that we can see in regards to the training on the pitch. Something must have happened behind the scenes that has nothing to do with him as a footballer. Because if it did, we know about it. Okay, so it must have been something also personal, and I'm just speculating here, and I have no information, no facts about this. I'm just speculating, and I think this is something that Tuchel is going to be able to address, and he's going to be able to fix. And lads, this is my last comment on this video because I have to go. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I want to say thanks to everyone for joining the stream. Catch you guys pretty soon.
Bye,
Cheers,
Baggy.
Baggy.
Big up,
Wait,
big up, Baggy.
hold
Respect,
on,
Baggy. Take care, bro.
hold on.
Take care.
Hold on.
All right, Tyler. In 2 minutes, Tyler. Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
All right, it's not going to take that long. I want to thank you for the shout out the other day. Some of your subscribers came over to my channel, and I hit a new milestone with views.
Brilliant.
That's
Brilliant.
great.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
and
saw
that
your
is
one
basically-
too late, mate. I saw it too late, so I actually thought it was live at the time. So I actually clicked on the link. I was like, because that was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught it too late. Yeah, I was doing stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be doing that quite regularly from now on. So maybe once or twice a week. But I want to take this opportunity to shout out another person, and he is just on top of PJ, just over here, and it's Keelan. Keelan, he also has a YouTube channel. It's small, but he makes some content, some content with his friends and whatnot. Keelan, I am watching your channel. I don't comment all the time, but I do watch your channel, and I wish you the best of luck with your channel, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah, I give it a look. I give it a look sometimes as well. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, cheers, Baggy.
Peace
Bye-bye.
out, Baggy. Take
Bye-bye.
care, mate. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Arsenal 2-1 up, by the way.
I thought that Saka,
Oh
Saka
no,
was
they
a-
came back. They came back.
Saka scored
good.
a goal.
It was a good goal. It was a good goal as
It
well.
was a decent goal. Good pass by
Of course.
Lacazette, and that's Saka. Remember, I said once, if there's one Arsenal player, Saka's good, and that's why I wish we'd kept that young boy now. The one from who went to Brighton, Lamptey.
Oh, Lamptey.
Because I think Lamptey could have been for us what Saka is for Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have loaned him out or something, but he knew that he would have a challenge playing.
No, but he came because obviously he came a bit too late. Had he had a couple of years on his contract and Frank had just joined, then I think that he would have stayed with us, because at the time he joined, there was no pathway for the youngsters to break through. So that's what you'll see. And I think he only had 6 months on his contract when Frank came in.
And
So,
that's the sad thing too, because that he came on in the Arsenal game. He was doing
excellent.
great.
He was superb in that game.
So I was disappointed when I heard that he left.
Yeah, he would have given us another option, as a right back. Anyway, let's talk about. I want to talk a little bit about Rudiger, because obviously I'm not sure if you guys have seen. He's trending at the moment on Twitter.
Yeah,
and
that snake and everything.
A lot of people are saying there's conflicting stories, because some of the stories I'm hearing is that he was one of the ones who got Frank Lampard out. He was causing a lot of friction within the dressing room, and he was bullying some of the younger players. But then, if you look at what's his name, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and when they were going through, remember they were going through recovery together because they were injured at the same time, and he was saying how Rudiger was very supportive towards him and was acting like a big brother and asking how he was and calling him any time. So it kind of, I don't know, it's very conflicting for me. There's the stories, or maybe because obviously Callum Hudson-Odoi is not a direct rival for his position. He's a bit more lenient towards him. Maybe it's the other defenders that he didn't like. And I did see a tackle that he put on Reece James, a 2-footed tackle in training. I can't remember. Yeah. So what do you think of that situation, guys? There's this Rudiger story.
Personally, I think he's got a bit of annoyed because he lost his place in the squad, so that's why I think he's doing all of this, and I think he's just lost his head a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you you're gone?
No, I agree with that. I think he has lost his head a little bit. I think, he was in. But the thing of all is, this is what I find a little bit strange though, because when he was actually being left out of the team, I thought him and Lampard actually sorted out their differences, and he started playing him a little bit more, didn't he? He was playing him again afterwards.
Yeah, he was playing him in. Yeah.
But then obviously still wasn't enough. So obviously, if he was one of the guys that actually went and made the complaint to the board, and then you're thinking to yourself, do we really want that kind of person at the football club? And there's also I also heard there was talk about. I think there was talk of was it Kovacic was the other one, and who's the other one?
That was quickly quashed as well. The Kovacic one. So
that he wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
But you always hear these sort of stories when a manager's sacked and everything. So you don't know what to believe, what's rumour, But the Rudiger one, I think, because does anyone follow Chelsea Youth? Not Chelsea. Is it Chelsea Carefree Youth? Isn't it? I think it is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And he's quite reliable with a lot of.
Yeah.
He's very reliable with a lot of his Chelsea stories, because a lot of times he'll put things out on Twitter like a day or a few hours before it actually breaks. And he came out and he said he had it on good authority that Rudiger was causing trouble. And so I don't think he'll post that if it wasn't true, because as I said, this guy's always been quite reliable in the past, so I don't think that he would have posted that if he didn't have. He's obviously got someone on the inside. He's telling him these stories. So yeah. And the other thing is, I think Rudiger was. Do you think he was forced? They forced him to play Rudiger, because it was a bit
I was
funny.
about to ask that.
Yeah,
I was about to ask that to prepare the new manager. That I was actually going to ask that, because it started being weird when he started playing him over Zuma, and Zuma was on the bench, so you knew it wasn't a reason where he was injured or anything.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's the thing, because when you think about it, and with the reasons that are apparently behind why he got sacked, it gives you it allows you to start having more questions about, and you realize that the things you saw in the past, it makes you wonder if that's the reason why those things were happening. But
because
maybe.
Yeah, I found it strange why Zuma was all of a sudden left out when he was our best defender, and all of a sudden Rudiger.
And people were saying it was about the passes, it's about the long pass. But I remember what you said in one of your videos. I think it was the Leicester City game. You said that you'd rather have a defender who can actually defend than can pass.
To defend first. I'm not buying this. Oh, he can carry the ball at the back, or is this or that. No, my defenders, I want them to defend first, play football afterwards. So yeah. I'm going to go on for a couple more minutes, because I think we've been going for just over an hour now. So what do you think tomorrow's team's going to be then? Do you think? Because what do you think the formation? Because I'm hearing, as I said, 3 at the back possibly. Not sure. So he's going to be the winners and losers. Do you think he's going to start the Germans, or do you think? Yeah.
He maybe start. He may start some, and maybe some might be on the bench. Probably. I would probably say he may play Rudiger, and probably Rudiger and Silva. And he may play Jorginho and Kai Havertz.
Yeah, Kante's still unfit, isn't he?
Yeah, so Jorginho and Kai Havertz.
Do you think
maybe play Tammy? Maybe play Tammy. Probably make them more. It depends though, because I don't know. I hope he doesn't choose Rudiger, because I honestly, Rudiger, he started performing better recently, but then with everything and with what happened within the Leicester City game, I'm starting to lose that level of confidence when he's on the field.
I think he'll start Timo Werner.
Yeah.
I quite liked the lineup that Frank Lampard used towards the end, where Timo Werner played in a slightly deeper role off a big man. And I thought obviously he didn't score yet on Sunday, but I thought he was a lot more confident in his display. So I'd like to see him try that, to be honest. Yeah, but it'd be really interesting to see what sort of side he picks tomorrow as his first team. So
that'll be interesting.
Because that'll give us a kind of indication of his thought process. Yeah.
Did you guys hear the what there was this news that came out that Roman didn't like when Werner missed the penalty. I'm not sure if you heard about that. I'm not sure how true it is.
What was that, Tyrone? Sorry, what was that?
What against Luton?
His father's team affair. Yeah, they didn't. He did. I think they said that Roman didn't like when Werner missed the penalty against Luton. Really? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but because it's, I think it was from there's this Chelsea account on Twitter called Chelsea FC News.
Yeah,
and it also comes up. It shows articles from Football London and everything. So I don't know how true it is, but there was an article on Roman saying he didn't like when Werner missed the penalty, and that's starting to worry him.
From what point of view? From his confidence levels, or what? I don't know. Maybe it's a confidence thing.
Yeah. So that led back to with Lampard and with him not being able to get the best out of them.
Yeah, interesting team by Werner.
I think maybe he didn't like it because Werner would get a lot of hate for it.
Or maybe, I think it's more of the fact that his confidence was so low. That's why, and
I think what would have been good is when he was the one actually obviously he got the foul. I mean, he picked up the ball and said, you know what, I want to take this penalty. It's just as I said to you, Max, on the same day, it's just the way his luck is going at the moment in front of goal. He just, he can't seem to be getting anything with the barge pole at the moment. And I'm hoping now he'll actually score tomorrow. But then I'm thinking, Tammy scored a hat trick against Luton. I know it might not mean anything because it's Luton Town, but he's still got a hat trick. So would you think he would start Tammy, or would you go for Timo Werner?
I'm hoping he starts Tammy. He could start both, but I'm hoping he starts Tammy because I mentioned this before. Tammy has got a very good record against Wolverhampton Wanderers for Chelsea, and when he
got his hat trick there too.
Hat trick last year.
Yeah,
I think he scored 7 goals against them for both teams, or 6 or 7 goals or something. And with strikers, sometimes they go into a match against a team, and they feel that confident that they're going to score. And I think
just like with Drogba.
Yeah, with Arsenal. Yeah. So I think psychologically, it'll be good to have him in there, and especially on the back of a hat trick as well. He's going to be feeling confident after his hat trick last week. So I'll put him and Werner. I like to see both of them play in a two man. So if he's going 3, he may go 3-5-2. We never know.
That's true.
So
I think he'll play Timo Werner just because his confidence down a bit, see how it goes, and then he might bring Tammy on, or it might be 2 strikers.
Yeah, I think that would be the best.
Yeah.
Because see how Timo is struggling to get past defenses, even score penalties. He's able to get assists occasionally though, so it's a bit worrying. But hopefully, the changes could supplement that.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Because good point, Alex. Tuchel is very aggressive play, and I love to see, because Tuchel obviously the thing he said is he likes to play quick, decisive, attacking football when he got, and what every manager has labelled against Chelsea is that Chelsea pass the ball too slowly. So I wonder whether that's just the personnel thing, they don't do it, or whether it's the managerial tactics or instructions, because it'll be interesting to see if they do speed up the way they attack, if they pass the ball a lot more quicker and aggressively.
because Chelsea when they start like getting on the attack, they always just pass it backwards instead of like picking
that
up a bit.
annoys me so much. Yeah, the way that the passes go back and then they slow down the play sometimes. Sometimes I just like to see us be a bit more direct, running at teams a bit more. Hey, Eric, how you doing, mate?
Hey, hi guys. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah. Got about 5 or 10 minutes left, so I'll let you have your say. Also, what's your take on Tuchel?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't dislike the decision, the appointment, but I'm looking forward to seeing the lineup tomorrow. I'm excited to see what he does with the midfield. I'm not sure what he's going to do there, but hopefully, I'm not expecting too much. I'm not expecting everything to just click after just one training session. He just arrived.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So hopefully, we see some good things. We see some glimpses of what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, we just get the win and we move on to the next game. But
yeah.
I'm looking forward to just seeing someone else new. It's almost like the season has started over from scratch. It's like a new season because everybody was so down and depressed. And although the sacking of Lampard was difficult, was not nice. A lot of people were not happy about it, but we have something forward to, something to be optimistic about. The season isn't over yet, so we can be optimistic about what we can do for the rest of the season.
Yeah, because going back to the Frank Lampard, I think the body language of all the players, you knew that something wasn't right because even when we were winning, the performances that wasn't great, and people's heads were down. Everyone's kind of playing within themselves. So maybe sometimes you got that new bounce, that new manager bounce, so people get a bit more relaxed and they are confident to try new things. So it'd be interesting to see what the performance is like tomorrow. Another thing to touch on as well is the fact that obviously we were linked heavily with Declan Rice, and that was being driven by Frank Lampard apparently. And the club didn't really want to pay £70 million for somebody they let go as a teenager, and that was another issue that they were having because he was of his constant badgering the club to get in Declan Rice. So there's a talk now that the Declan Rice links are going to die off now that Frank Lampard has gone. But I do think we do need another midfielder, an aggressive midfielder in there. So maybe Tuchel's going to go for somebody like that Zakaria guy over at Borussia. What's the word? Is it?
Mönchengladbach.
Yeah,
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he may go for someone like him or something because he'll be a cheaper option than Declan Rice.
I actually just read an article on that.
On what?
On what you just said a while ago about
Zakaria.
Yeah, and on Declan Rice. Yeah,
was there one on Zakaria as well?
Yeah, they were saying that.
Okay, I just said it off the cuff. I haven't even read an article, but I was just thinking. Yeah,
they're going to cool the interest in Declan Rice and try to get another one. Another one.
Yeah, they're going to probably try and get a cheaper option because they won't spend £70 million on Rice. So.
Yeah, it might depend on what Tuchel wants, but it also might depend on the club. The club might just say, "Here's a DM, do what you can with him."
Yeah. But did anyone else read about? Again, you're always going to have people linked with as soon as the new manager comes. But so there was another article I read or something maybe on Twitter where Tuchel said he wants to get Alaba. So he said, "Go and get me Alaba."
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
Yeah, so that would.
Yeah, I heard something that and Liverpool as well. But people are talking about Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
And what's his name? I forgot. I keep forgetting his name. The RB Leipzig defender that Chelsea was with.
Upamecano.
Yeah. Yeah, they were saying that they might have a upper hand with Tuchel coming in.
Yeah. So there are. It'll be interesting to see, the guys who he gets in. and the guys he lets go as well. So
Yeah.
he's got
Baba
nine.
Rama is gonna go on loan, probably.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, today that right, he's going on loan.
Who's going on loan?
Baba Rama. Do you remember him? Left back.
Yeah.
26. 26. 26.
And there's the other guy. We're linked with that guy from Monaco as well. That young midfielder. I can't pronounce.
Oh yes.
Camavinga.
No, not Camavinga.
No.
We're linked with Camavinga, but there's another guy from Monaco.
Oh, Monaco.
He's
I read that.
20 years old. I think 6'1".
Yeah.
And he's meant to be. It's really good. I can't remember his name. It's a long, very long.
Yeah, I can't say. And Samari's the other one as well.
Are those resurfaced? Those links on Samari?
Yeah, Samari.
I remember we were linked with him. We were linked with him last season, weren't we?
Yeah, it came up. I think it was.
Or the season before, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think the Samari links came again out. I think it was yesterday they came out again with Samari.
Okay.
Yeah, so whether he'll happen, I don't know.
Yeah,
but he's still a good player.
Yeah, because maybe Chelsea board were offering Frank Lampard other alternatives to Declan Rice, but he didn't want any of them. So that's probably why now that he's gone, that there's other alternatives for that DM role. Because apparently we could have got Partey, couldn't we, as well? But bloody hell, 4-0 to Manchester City half time.
Wow.
They're winning the league, aren't they?
Wow. Yeah. I'd prefer. I'll prefer that.
Do you know how many games they've won? They've won like 10 games in a row.
And they're not conceding goals as well. They've only conceded 1 goal in their last 9. Yeah. They've come out quietly, haven't they? And that's why I say, I always say to people, sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 players to make a difference to your side, because they've brought in that guy Diaz in their defence.
He's a good player.
He's superb. What I like about Diaz as well is not only that he's a leader. You can see he's a leader. Yeah. So he's always talking. He's come in. He's already organised that back line. They look so much more solid than they have been. And he's always sort of encouraging the defenders. Whenever they do something good, he's there giving them high fives and whatever. So it's just simple things like that. Sometimes you just get one guy in, he can just transform you and make a difference.
Yeah,
he was very much like that in Portugal, Max. Very much like that in Portugal. Very much.
I was not, because we were actually linked with him, weren't we?
We were
linked with him a couple of years ago
before.
Yeah. So that's someone who.
He's just a team player, really.
Yeah. And then to me, because that's what we're lacking in the club, leadership. Just that leadership quality. Bruno Fernandes has given that leadership quality to Manchester United now. So one or two leaders in the side. I think.
Declan Rice was supposed to have the leadership as well. Yeah, but
yeah. I mean, I do need a player like him. It was unfortunate that we didn't get Bruno.
Yes, Fernandes. Yeah, Tottenham could have got him. Can you imagine? Because he was very close to joining Tottenham before he went to Manchester United.
Yeah, that was in 2018, I think.
Yeah, a couple of seasons before. Yeah, Alex, the Rennes guy you're talking about, that's Camavinga. No, is it Rennes? Who did we have in our? It is Rennes, isn't it? Yeah, Camavinga. It's Camavinga.
Yeah, Camavinga.
Yeah, Camavinga's a great player. He's only 19, I think. And we've been.
Go on, Matt. Go on. No, I think he's Real Madrid bound. I think.
Yeah, but he's been linked with us as well. So I think there's at the time, if it's Marca you're looking at, they always say that they've signed players, because apparently they were meant to have signed Alaba, which they hadn't signed. They hadn't signed yet. It depends what reports you read, because one report I read was that he'll prefer to go to Chelsea over Real Madrid. But obviously,
that'd be very nice if that was true.
The other day, I read something that said it was confirmed that he went to Real Madrid, that he accepted a 5-year deal, but it hasn't happened.
It's probably fake.
Yeah, no, that hasn't happened, because that's what I was. Yeah, apparently it was all over the paper a few weeks ago, and then it's those links have died now. So I don't know. I don't think anyone knows these days. It's just guesswork. Okay, guys. I think we've just been on for an hour 20, so I'm gonna call it a day. So I may come back tomorrow to do a stream after what's his name's first game, Tuchel's first game, so we can
I'll join that.
we can see how
what
that goes.
time is it?
It's a 6 o'clock kickoff UK time.
Oh,
So
right. I should be able to come then.
So the match finishes at 8. So I'll be on around about the same sort of time as today, actually. Yeah, it'll be the same sort of time.
Today was tomorrow's debut.
Oh, tomorrow's yeah. I'll be interested to see how he plays as well. Gets on over it. What was interesting about Tomori as well was that he was high praised by one of the best defenders in the world's football.
Yeah.
Maldini.
And they play right now. I think they play right now.
Oh, they're playing today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the score on that one?
Is it AC Milan they're playing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, is it against Inter?
Is it?
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah, Inter Milan.
1-1.
Inter Milan.
Yeah.
1-1.
Oh, it's 1-1 at the moment. Is he playing or is he on the bench?
He had to come on because I think a player got injured. He came on.
Oh, he's come on. Okay.
So he's making his debut.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I hope it's spelled
Is it a cup
successful.
game?
It's
the Coppa Italia.
Yeah, so it's a
Coppa
Oh,
Italia.
why isn't it showing on my foot mob then? That's strange because it usually shows me all the matches. I can't find it on there. Weird.
What? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's currently 1-1.
Zlatan got a red card.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he got sent off. Yeah.
so now he has no chance. It's probably going to be a loss on Tomori's debut. That's sad.
Oh my.
Red card.
Look at Conte's face.
I don't get. I can watch it on my my other thing because I'm watching the Arsenal game at the moment.
It's surprisingly on Twitter. It's surprisingly on Twitter. The live match.
The players are just waiting around. What are they waiting for? They're just waiting around. What's happening?
When did he get sent off then? Did he just get sent off? Zlatan?
Yeah, I'm just putting it on now. I think he seems. I'm just looking at it now. I think he's just.
Actually, it's the 58th minute. 58th minute.
Yeah.
It was
What's the
20
reason he got
minutes
sent
ago.
off?
He scored
20 minutes
sent
ago.
off.
How old is that guy now? Isn't he about
37.
He's 39.
I think it's 38 or 39.
No,
Yeah.
Zlatan's 39.
39.
Wow.
Yeah, he's
That
39.
that guy is incredible, mate.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Imagine if
Wow.
he goes past his 40s and he can still be a goal machine.
And my man's just
He shaved
banging
his
in
head
goal
too.
still, man. My word.
Age
And
is
it's his
only a number.
leadership as well. I think it's him. It's his leadership which is helping them at the top of the table. Oh, I just got it on my other channel now.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it a day. So so I'll try to be back tomorrow for post match of
Does anyone know what's going on? I'm not too sure what's happening.
with what?
The match.
Yeah, they're just standing there.
Oh, the game.
replacing the referee or
I've
something.
just turned it on actually.
Hmm.
I've just got it on my other phone. There's something to do with the referee's gone over somewhere, hasn't he?
It's like changing
He's
his.
gone over to the bench.
Yeah.
Has he sent someone off from the bench? I don't know.
Has he sent the manager off?
No, I don't think the manager's
No.
gone off. I think
No.
Lukaku's running.
I think he lost his headpiece. I saw him actually putting his headpiece and stuff back on again. I think something happened to him in the middle of the match. I think it was dropped off or
Oh,
something.
right. Okay.
And he was at the bench doing it all. He's back on the pitch now. Yeah,
He's back on the pitch now. Yeah.
What you guys predicting for tomorrow's scoreline? Just out of curiosity, guys.
3-1.
2-1 to us.
I think we're going to
3-1.
win 3-0.
I'm saying 2-0.
Yeah, I'm
Ah,
confident.
yeah.
I'm confident as well.
3-1.
I think the shackles are going to be off.
Hopefully.
Confidence is going to be up. I reckon 3-0.
They have a new striker though.
Oh,
Raul is still injured. Yeah.
Who's playing for them then? Who's the striker?
Is it
No
Jose?
idea.
Jose?
I think his name is Willian Jose.
William-
Yeah.
William-
something like
18,
Jose.
Right, yeah,
19,
he's
yeah.
pretty decent.
Jose.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
19
William
or
Jose is
20?
good.
Yeah, he's really young.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. But it could have been worse. We could have been up against our old striker because they were linked with Diego Costa, weren't they?
Oh God.
That's so funny.
He was a troublemaker.
I loved him.
He's
Yeah.
a cheater, but he was great in his prime.
Oh, no.
That's why I said I
miss
want a
him.
bit of that nastiness back at Chelsea, man.
Yeah.
So,
We need
somebody doesn't like.
Soon. That will happen
can
soon. That will happen.
ruffle a few feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be great.
I heard Manchester. They were I think someone was talking on one of the radio shows that he should go to. I can't remember who it was. They were saying he should go to Manchester City, but I hope that doesn't happen.
No, I hope
Why
so.
would Manchester City want to?
No, he's not. No, he
No,
won't go
because
there.
because of the injuries they've got in it. Because
Because
what's his name, not
Aguero
fully
is,
fit.
his
Aguero's-
knees are a bit shot now. Yeah. Yeah, I hope not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, then. Cheers, Killian.
Sorry,
Thanks for. Oh no, that's
Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. So yeah, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna have 2 screens on. I'm gonna watch AC Milan on one and still watching the Arsenal one on the other. But mind
Thanks
you,
for screaming.
that's okay. Do Arsenal go above us if they win today?
Yeah,
Think,
they're just 2 points
Yes,
behind
they
us.
will.
So yeah.
30. I think they'll be on 30 points.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you believe that
Yeah.
at the beginning of the season? Arsenal.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I'm just
Relegated threaten Arsenal.
Yeah. Actually, we need Southampton to equalise. A draw would be good.
I hope so, mate. I hope so.
That'd be good for me. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Good luck.
lost the previous one, so they're trying to
Yeah.
win this one.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to they nearly scored again, Arsenal. Elijah's there biting his nails.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
bye.
All right, mate. Take
Cheers.
care. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
mate.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Night.